Hey everyone, welcome to Up All Night DIY. I'm Monica. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm making this adorable hot air balloon, and I'll do it for just a few dollars. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's what I'm using. A fabric quarter, it's 18 by 21 inches. 4 ounces of Polyfill. Buttons, ribbons, and baker string. Some fabric glue. A Dollar Tree metal basket. I found this in the school stationery section. I think it's like a paper clip holder. My sewing machine with thread, pins, scissors, and the pattern, which I've made into a printable for you. The link is in the description box. So I ironed my fabric to get all the creases out, and I've laid my fabric out flat, and I'll trace my pattern onto it 8 times. Now my fabric is striped, and I want my stripe in the center of my panel. As it is, I'm only going to be able to get 6 pieces with the stripe in the center, so the 2 without will be in the back of my balloon. It's something to consider if you're using a pattern fabric. I've lined my sections up opposite each other, so I'll fold my fabric in half, aligning my stripes, and I'll pin it so that my fabric doesn't shift. I'm placing 3 pins down the center and 1 on either side. Once they're pinned, I'll cut them out. I've removed all of the pins and I'll repin it closer to the edge of the fabric. In the end, I'll have 4 pairs. Then I'll stitch each set starting at the very top, and I make sure to backstitch to lock the thread in place. I just follow the shape of the fabric with my stitches, using the width of the presser foot as my seam allowance. And I cut off all the extraneous threads. Now I'll open up my sections and again pin 2 of these sections together down one side. Pattern side together. Then I stitch these 2 sets together, just down to one side, so I have a panel of 4 segments. And I repeat the process, stitching the other 2 sets together. Now I'll place my 2 halves pattern side together and pin them along one side. Before stitching though, I'll make my hanger from a couple inches of baker string. I'm just tying a knot, making a loop at the top, like this. I've already stitched down the one side, leaving the last side open. Before stitching the balloon closed, I'll sandwich my loop in between the fabric with the loop facing down on the inside. Then I'll pin the opening and stitch just like before. Again, I start at the very top, making sure to backstitch first, keeping the presser foot at the edge of the fabric and following the shape all the way down. Now I'll turn the balloon right side out. I'm using a dowel to help me out here. And there's my loop. I'll stuff my balloon with the polyfill. I used 2 of the 2-ounce bags. I packed it really tight. I used my dowel to help push it in and evenly distribute it. Now that it's fully stuffed, I'll place my cardstock circle into the opening on the neck of the balloon. Once that's in place, I'll baste around the opening with a needle and thread. I'll pull both ends of the thread until the fabric gathers and it's completely closed, and then I'll tie it off and cut off the extra thread. With fabric glue, I'm adding another 1.5 inch cardstock circle to the end of the balloon neck, just to neaten it up a bit. Before adding my buttons, I've measured down from the top of the balloon about 4 inches, and right on the seam, I pushed a pin in to mark my spot. This is where I'm going to sew on my buttons. I'll have 4 buttons evenly spaced around the balloon. And then I just quickly stitch them on. I've cut a length of ribbon to encircle the bottom of the neck of the balloon, and I'll glue it into place all the way around. It's just a little embellishment to neaten it up a bit. For the balloons basket, I'm using this paper clip cup. I've cut 4 24-inch lengths of baker string, and I'll thread them through the openings in my basket using a bit of paddle wire as a needle. I've threaded the first, and now I'll thread the second directly opposite it, and I'll do that again so they're all evenly spaced. Then I tie a knot in each pair of strings right against the rim. To add a bit more embellishment, I'm draping some string from button to button. When I'm happy with the length, I'll cut it to size and knot it, cut off the excess, and tuck the knot behind the button. Before attaching the basket to my balloon, I'm adding these beads to each end of the string. Using the paddle wire, I'll thread the beads and knot the ends. To hang the basket, I'll drape the string over the buttons, crossing them over each other. Doing it this way makes it easy to level the basket by just tugging the strings until the basket hangs properly. I really love this project. I will definitely be making more of these for sure. It was really a lot quicker and easier than you would think. It's too stinking cute. And it was only about $6 in supplies. I've added some paper shred and a couple of wee passengers to my balloon basket. Up and away. I really hope you all enjoyed watching as much as I did making this project and are inspired to make your own balloon. Would be awesome if you'd like, share, and subscribe. Tick the bell icon for notification of new videos because I have more fun projects coming up. Stay creative, my friends, and thanks for hanging with me. I'll see you next time. Up all night with Monica.